You ready? Okay, Jimmy Chavez, Jimmychavez, Lieutenant with the El Mirage Police Department. All right, good afternoon, everyone. So this is in reference to a homicide investigation that occurred on April 27, 2026, shortly before 8 p.m. in El Mirage. On the 27th, El Mirage Police Department responded to a shooting in the 12400 block of West Dreyfus Drive that resulted in the death of a juvenile male. This is certainly a tragic incident, and our thoughts remain with the victim's family. On the 29th of April, detectives arrested Shiloh Nayabizi, a 17-year-old male from Surprise in connection with this incident. He has been booked into the Maricopa County Juvenile Detention Facility and faces multiple charges, including second-degree murder and weapons violations. Because the suspect is a juvenile, we are limited in the additional details we can release at this time. The investigation was a result of diligent detective work conducted over the course of several days. And here's what we know up to this point of the investigation. We've learned that several juveniles agreed to meet for the sale of a handgun on that night. After meeting up, Shiloh produced a firearm and fired several rounds at the victim and other juveniles. The specifics of who was selling the firearm and who was buying it are still under investigation. Shiloh was shot during the incident, and at this time, it's under investigation on who shot at Shiloh. He was hospitalized for his injuries, and after being released, he was arrested. And again, the investigation remains active and ongoing. To the community members who called 911 and provided information to detectives, that was invaluable to our case. And I think that is a true reflection of the partnership between the El Mirage Police Department and the community members of El Mirage. Our gunshot detection technology allowed our officers to respond to the scene rapidly. We are grateful for the City Council's support, because oftentimes we receive gunshot alerts before 911 calls are received. We're also thankful to the Department of Public Safety for their assistance that night in processing evidence at the scene. DPS brings specialized resources to process a complex crime scene, and it was their assistance that night that helped us at least initially put the important pieces of the puzzle together. Again, this is an active investigation, and I am limited about further information that I can release at this time.
Being that it's active, and you mentioned you don't know who shot Shiloh yet, is there a potential for additional charges and potentially someone else facing charges in this case?
That remains to be seen, but again, once we get everything collected from from all the information the detectives are working on, that is a possibility.
We were on the scene that night, and there were several neighbors that were out. In the probable cause, it mentions a male that was very, it seems like, helpful in this investigation. Can you speak a little bit more to the value of having people in the community who are willing to provide information like that?
Sure, absolutely. Again, we've got a very robust relationship with the community of El Mirage, and it seems, at least I can tell you from the time that I've been here with this agency, when we need help from the community, we do have community members that are willing to step up and provide us assistance, whether that's digital recordings, ring cameras, security cameras, or even phone video, whatever they come across. But they're willing to at least help us with the investigation, regardless of what the investigation is. They're willing to help us, and that again speaks to the relationship that we have with the community.
Is there a bigger message out here that you want to send? It sounds like these were all juveniles, and unfortunately there was an exchange of gunfire, potential that the victim was even shooting. Is there a larger message just about safety and just following the right path, I guess?
Well, sure. That's in every community, right? You can look at every community, not only in the metropolitan area, but throughout the nation. I guess the one message I can put out is just for parents to be involved in what their children are doing. It's a matter of knowing what your kids are up to, and all we can ask is that stay involved.
I guess just a follow-up to that, because you're right, it's not an El Mirage problem, it's not a Valley problem, it's nationwide, but we see more and more these teenagers getting their hands on guns, and I know you can't probably speak to the specifics of this case, general, are you seeing more and more of that?
I can't speak to an incline or decline. I can tell you that I've been in this business for 36 years, and it seems more prevalent just from my observation. And they're getting these weapons through various means, nefarious reasons, stealing them, taking them from their home, just through various reasons. Obviously, they're underage, so they can't purchase them legally, so they're coming up with different ways to get a hold of them.
Many teens lately have been taking pictures of themselves with guns and posting them on, online, social media. Is there a teen gun culture, or is there like some kind of game that's being played with all these teens?
I can't speak to that. I don't know. I'm not on social media enough to know what the local trends are. I will tell you that social media is a big part of teen life and young adult life. But yeah, I can't speak to that specifically.
You mentioned the homeowners in that neighborhood being very helpful. I mean, obviously it's busy and your investigators were able to get out there fairly quickly. When you were canvassing the scene, we spoke about this specific homeowner, it seemed like everybody was pretty helpful out there.
Yes, we were able to get a lot of assistance from the community members in that area.
How many different types of guns were fired? Were there multiple, like, calibers of different types that you found on scene?
I can tell you that we do know that 3 weapons were gathered at the scene. We have multiple casings that were gathered. As to the specifics on who shot what and the specific casings and caliber size, I'm not at liberty to share that information right now because we're still sifting through that investigative process.
A rough estimate on just how many shots may have been fired?
Oh, I don't have that information.
And the rifle that was used as the murder weapon, was that one of the 3, or is that one that you're still looking for?
I'm sorry.
It just says in the probable cause that the rifle is still outstanding. I wasn't sure if that was the specific murder weapon or just an additional gun you were looking for.
Again, we're still working through the gather, the calibers, the types of weapons that we have, and once we know for sure and piece everything together, we'll release more information.
Were there any gangs involved with this situation?
I can't speak to that because I don't have any knowledge of that.
Is this related to any of the other shootings that have gone on recently, and the team shootings that have gone on in the West Valley here?
Oh, I can't speak to any other shootings in the West Valley. At this point in time, we're still sifting through all the information, whether it's forensic evidence, crime scene evidence, and trying to determine if there is a correlation or not, but we don't have that information at this point. We're still going through the evidence.
You spoke a little bit to parents, but, teenagers happen to be watching this and see you. I mean, your message to them, I know that there's lots going on in life, and maybe think before you make these decisions that can change your life.
There is. There's a lot to look forward to in life. I mean, look at all of us in the room. We have futures ahead of us, so that's one thing that we can certainly message to the teens in any community is that you're still young and you've got a long life to live, and cherish every moment of it. All right. Thank you all.